into one of Hong Kong's most prestigious and wealthy families, Joseph Hotung studied and lived during his life in China, Hong Kong, the USA, and the UK, traveling extensively. It was perhaps this international element in his life that, once the seeds of collecting had been awakened in him by a wonderful pair of white jade bowls, allowed his naturally curious mind to travel aesthetically in search of the perfect complements to his life. The result was a home of superlative individual pieces that formed the backdrop to a private but remarkable life. Now, let's travel with Sir Joseph to examine 5 masterpieces that capture his collecting spirit. For Sir Joseph, these portraits represented so much more than likenesses. They reveal the history of the painter's social and artistic milieu from a different perspective. The undoubted highlight of the collection is Edgar Degas' portrait of Eugène Manet, the brother of Edouard Manet, and the husband of Berthe Morisot. Degas gave Morisot and Manet the painting as a wedding present. According to their daughter, Julie, Degas had included the seascape in the background to commemorate the fact that they became engaged whilst on holiday at Boulogne-sur-Mer. One of 9 works by Vuillard offered for sale from Sir Joseph's collection is the jewel-like painting Au Divin Japonais. This extraordinary portrait of the famous singer Yvette Guilbert provides an over-the-shoulder view of a Paris cabaret. Initially, it dazzles the casual viewer with a scintillating palette of orange, red, and yellow until the singer's profile is brought into focus. This painting embodies so much of what Vuillard tried to achieve at the outset of his career and is the perfect example of Sir Joseph's taste and connoisseurship. The Portrait of a Man by Frans Hals and Studio was painted circa 1634 to 35, when Hals was at the height of his career and demand for his work was ever increasing. The confidence of the deft brushwork in the man's face and head exemplifies Hals's innovative approach to portraiture, and it was precisely the nature of the spontaneous expression that attracted Sir Joseph Hotung to the portrait. Among the perhaps unexpected jewels of Sir Joseph's collection are the highly important pair of silver candelabra, made for the famous George III service and supplied by the silversmith Robert Joseph Auguste. Ordered for George's electoral palace in Hanover, only 6 candelabra were delivered by Auguste. The Musée du Louvre and the J. Paul Getty Museum each have a pair, with Sir Joseph's being the remaining pair and the last in private hands. The design of the candelabra typifies Auguste's groundbreaking neoclassical style, which was later adopted by important silversmiths such as Paul Storr. The attention to detail is simply phenomenal. For instance, on close inspection of the female masks, you can see the eyes alternate from open to close, of course, representing the transition from day to night, a fitting detail for candelabra. Sir Joseph's remarkable collection of Chinese furniture was complemented by a wonderful array of English pieces. Taking pride of place in his study, Sir Joseph's inner sanctum are a pair of crisply carved mahogany library armchairs, which are almost certainly by Thomas Chippendale. Chippendale was, without doubt, the greatest cabinet maker from the 18th century, a golden age of English furniture production, and this model is arguably one of his most recognizable designs. The attribution stands firmly on an almost identical suite of 14 elbow chairs commissioned by the 5th Earl of Dumfries for Dumfries House. The Dumfries commission is hugely significant, providing a rare and documented capsule of Chippendale's director period, so called following the publication of the game-changing pattern book in 1754. These 5 superlative works beautifully illustrate the breadth of Sir Joseph's interests and vision as a collector, and his unique ability to meld art from widely various cultures into an harmonious whole. But they also reveal something of the man himself. Part Confucian scholar, part English gentleman, but 100% human being.